Hey everyone, Shauna here. I'm here today to talk to you guys about some TV shows. So I spend a lot of time watching TV. I'm a big fan of a lot of TV shows, and that's just kind of what I like to do with my free time. So I just have some thoughts and some opinions about some TV shows that I am currently watching or have watched recently, and I just wanna talk to you guys. It's just my thoughts about some TV shows. So let's get into it. First one I want to talk about is How I Met Your Mother. So the series finale of How I Met Your Mother aired on Monday, March 31st, and I've been a fan of How I Met Your Mother for years. I own the first 7 seasons on DVD. I love it. I think it's a great show, and I'm really sad to see it go. Although season 9, the one that aired this year, was not the best. I mean, I stuck with it because I loved 8 seasons of the show, so just kind of put up with a not so good last season. But I feel like they thought the show was going to end earlier than it did, and they were like, oh no, what do we do now? We have to make a whole another season, so let's just use this one weekend and turn it into a whole season. It wasn't so much a good thing. But I stuck with it, and I was excited for the finale. I'd heard from a few different sources that it was going to be really good. So I was really excited about it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed. It just wasn't good. And I read somewhere that they have had that ending picked out since season 1 or 2, and that they filmed the very end part with the kids. They filmed that way back in season 1 or 2 so that the kids wouldn't have aged, which makes sense. But I feel like if the show had ended after only 2 or 3 seasons, then having Ted and Robin get together in the end would have been a good idea. That would have been perfect. I would have had no problem with that. But I feel like they did so much more development over those other seasons that maybe they didn't think they were going to have those seasons. And then they did so much development of the characters in the story that having it all regress and go back to Ted and Robin ending up together just didn't really make sense to me. You know what I mean? And I feel like the writers and the producers and the whoever else decided that this, they could have been okay, this was the ending that we wanted way back in 2006. But so many things have happened since then, it doesn't make sense anymore. So yeah, we filmed these ending scenes, we have this ending planned out, but maybe we shouldn't do it. I don't know. And the fact that the mother dies doesn't even bother me that much. I mean, it's sad and it's unfortunate, but people die. It happens. I'm not even that upset about that. I'm really upset that Barney and Robin split up. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I think they had the perfect lifestyle, and she traveled a lot, but he had his lifestyle blog, so you could blog from anywhere. Doesn't make sense to me. I have this super fancy international life. They don't have kids, but that's okay. It just didn't make sense to me why they were both so unhappy, and then they split up, which I didn't like, because I will forever ship Barney and Robin. And then Barney gets the girl pregnant, but then he's oh, I'm a changed person, but he's still exactly the same. I was that doesn't make any sense. I just feel Ted and Robin had moved so far away from each other, and from their we love each other even though we don't, but we do, but we don't, but we do. They just moved so far away from that having it end with him trying to win her back, it just didn't make any sense to me, and I don't like it. I will never, I said, if the show had ended after season 2 or season 3, it would have been fine with me. It would have been a perfect ending of, he marries the mother, and then she dies, and then he goes back to Robin. I would have had no problem with that. But I just feel so many things happened between season 3 and season 9. Having Ted go back to Robin just didn't make any sense, and I will never ship Ted and Robin, ever. Ever, 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 ever. I barely even ship Ted and the mother, but that's because she was in this much of the whole show, and it was how I met her, and she wasn't even in the show. The story wasn't even about her. I didn't like that. Anyway, I wasn't happy with the finale. I mean, it's been a while now since I've seen it. If I'd filmed a reaction right after I watched it, I would have been outrage and emotions. Now I'm kind of whatever, it's a show, I'll get over it. It kind of makes me not really that keen to go back and rewatch the other seasons, because now I'm oh, Ted and Robin are gonna end up together, like, no matter what. It doesn't even matter. Like, who even cares about anything because Ted and Robin end up together and they shouldn't be together because they're horrible for each other. But whatever, I mean, part of me after I watched it kind of hoped it was a really well thought out, little bit early April Fool's joke. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about the How I Met Your Mother series finale. I've heard a few people who are happy with it, so I'm curious to hear why, if you're happy with the ending, why. I'm genuinely curious. I don't think that it did the characters justice, but that's just me, and you can let me know. The next show I want to talk about is Pretty Little Liars. You guys know how obsessed I am with that show. If you've seen any of my other videos, if you know me at all, you know I'm obsessed with Pretty Little Liars. So the season 4 finale aired a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure what day, but it was a couple weeks ago. And it was like the Allie Tells All episode, which is really interesting to kind of hear her side of things. It's like, you were dead for 3 seasons. They told us you were dead. Why are you alive? And it's still very confusing to me that they thought she was dead, but she's alive. Who's buried in the ground? Why does that not concern anyone else? Someone's body is in the ground. And they told us it was Allie, but it's not. Who is it? It was kind of cool to hear Allie's side of things, though. And, like, Allie's mom is a whole new person to me, and she is terrifying. Terrifying. We still don't know who A is, and clearly it's not Ezra, because when they were up on the roof and the creepy mask was like following them, and then Ezra comes out the other door and creepy mask is there, and there's like, they're clearly not the same person. Who's A? Who wore the mask? What was Ezra doing? Why was he messing with them? What is happening? And then Ezra got shot. I don't think Ezra's dead, though. I mean, I know he got shot, but I don't think he's dead. I don't think they'd kill him off. First of all, he's like hugely popular, and like him and Arya, like their relationship is just too popular. I don't think they'd kill him off. And yeah, his whole storyline, like, there's too many questions that we need answered, and only Ezra can answer them, so I don't think he's dead. I still want to know who hit Allie in the back of the head with the rock. Why did her mom bury her alive? And whose body's in the ground? Someone please tell me whose body is in the ground, because I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't even, who? I love Pretty Little Liars, though, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait till the summer for the next season. I do want to go and rewatch all 4 seasons, though, because the show is so confusing. And, like, when they only do, like, 10 episodes, and they take, like, a 4-month hiatus, and they do 10 more, and they take another, like, 6-month hiatus, like, it's very confusing. It's the type of show that you need to watch, like, binge watch the whole series in, like, 1 weekend, because otherwise, it still doesn't make sense. There's just so many characters. And, like, what's his name? Ian? Apparently he's gonna be back in season 5. I thought Homeboy was dead. But again, because I don't even remember. There was the whole thing in the tower, but he wasn't really dead. But then there was the thing with the suicide note that wasn't really a suicide note. Like, I don't even know. Apparently Homeboy's coming back in season 5, and like, apparently Cece, is that her name? She's coming back, and like, Homegirl Cray Cray, but whatever. Anyway, it's very confusing. I don't think Ezra's dead, though. And Allie somehow is alive, which I still don't understand. I know we found that out like back in August, but it's still baffling to me. Allie's mom is also Cray Cray. Someone's buried in the ground. I don't know who that is. And who's A? I don't know. I don't even know. I need to know. I love Pretty Little Liars, and I don't want it to end, but I need to know. The last show I'm going to talk about really quickly is Big Brother Canada. If you guys saw my March favorites, I talked about how I've been watching it all of March, and I really like it. And actually, one of the contestants, Allison, I know her in real life. We lived in the same residence for 2 years, so like I know who she is, and it's really exciting. It's the first time I've ever actually known one of the contestants on a reality show. So it's really exciting, and I really want her to win. It's exciting. I'm not going to say too much about it because the show is still airing, and like they're all still living in this house, so I don't know everything. I've always been a big fan of Big Brother. It's always been one of my favorite reality shows, and it's one of the shows that I thought, like, if I had to be on a reality show, it's the one I'd probably want to be on, because it's not like too competitive, and like you get to make friendships, and like that's important, like who you're friends with. And I don't know, is this my audition tape for Big Brother Canada? It's not supposed to be, but it could be. One thing there's a couple things I don't understand about the show. First of all, so they had the whole, like, they had what, 13 or 14 house guests come in on the first day. Then they had like the 3 that Canada had to vote for, and then they came in a week or 2 late, and that was how Allison got in the house. But like, what I don't understand, what was the point of that? I don't get it. Like, she's not like Canada's player. She doesn't have any like special powers or privileges or anything other than that her and the two other guys lived in the secret war room for a week and like watched, but couldn't even hear the other contestants, could just like watch them. Like I thought like she'd be Canada's player or something, have something special, something extra for like getting in the show late. I'm confused. Like I don't really understand the point. I understand like wanting Canada to have a say and like voting, like that's cool. But like why didn't voting start the week before they moved in? We voted for a week and they like, I don't know, like filmed interviews and stuff with them, let us kind of get to know them. And like, which really, unless you watch the live feeds online, you really didn't get to know the three of them at all, like hardly at all. So I don't understand why they didn't just do like the voting beforehand and then on the first night they revealed who Canada voted for but didn't tell anyone else. Like I don't really get it, you know what I mean? And it wasn't even like they had any like advantage because they couldn't even hear the people in the house, even though they were living, the three of them were living in that room in the house. It's not like they could hear anyone else. I don't get it. But anyway, I hope Allison wins. And I feel like, I know there's like the twists and there was like Canada voting in Allison and there was like Canada was HOH last week, which was really good because we got Andrew out, which like I was kind of indifferent, but it was just nice to like, because they had like the first 5 alliance. 5 of them are really strong and I feel like they could have just taken over the house and it would have ended up with them being like the last 5 in the house. But because we like stepped in and then we nominated 2 of the first 5. I say we because like all of Canada voted and then kind of like broke up that alliance. Although as happy as I am that like, because Allison wasn't part of that alliance, so she would have been out. And like I said, I'm voting for her, or I'm hoping she'll win. As much as like I'm happy that we kind of broke that up, it would have been cool to see if like the 5 of them actually made it all the way to the end, because it's really cool when there's like secret alliances like that, when they like actually make it. Like there was the one, the Big Brother US, I think it was the summer of 2010, when it was like, Hayden, Lane, and Enzo had like they had some sort of like 3 guys alliance or whatever it was, and they like made it to like the last 3. It was like they were the last 3 standing and they had their like secret alliance, and it was like a huge thing because no one knew they had this alliance. Stuff like that. It just would have been cool to see if the like first 5 actually made it to like the last 5 in the house, but I think things are just getting kind of mixed up now and no one knows who they can trust, what alliances are. I mean, as I'm filming this, the last episode that aired was the eviction of Andrew, so like that's the last thing that we've seen. So, you know, I don't really know what's gonna happen. I don't know everything that's going on, but it's cool. But I feel like there needs to be more twists, more drama. Like we need a couple Pandora's box. We need like a coup d'etat or diamond power veto. I know Adele has that veto thing, but like all it does is like put him in a veto competition if he wants to be, right? I can't remember what he told everyone it was, but I'm pretty sure that's what it actually is. He can just like participate in a power of veto competition anytime he wants to. But that's just like, that's cool, but like it's not a guaranteed win. It's not like, you know what I mean? I just feel like there needs to be more stuff, special powers, stuff like that to kind of like really shake it up. But I'm excited to see what's gonna happen for the rest of Big Brother Canada, and I really hope Allison wins, because that would be cool. But it's still, you know, it's fun to be like, hey, she's on TV, I know her, hey, yeah. So basically, if you stayed till here, you heard a lot of word vomit about a few TV shows that I like. Just some thoughts. I just felt like talking, getting it all out. Let me know down in the comments any thoughts you have about any of the shows that I mentioned, any other shows you think I should watch, anything about TV in general. And just say hi to me in the comments. I don't know, it's your life, you do you. You should give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.